Hello Cricuters, welcome to Cricketing with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda. And in this tutorial, I will be showing you my process for making magnetic bookmarks. Now, one of the members in my Facebook group, her name is Queen Valencia, Queen with a K. She asked that I do a project that used cardstock, and of course, because I love that group with all my heart, I will do what they asked me to do, and so she is much obliged. So in this tutorial, I use pattern cardstock and adhesive magnetic sheets that I purchased from Walmart. I purchased a package that looks like this, and I'll put a link in the description below from where I purchased these. And you guys, I want to say it was less than $4. I'm not sure about the price because I picked them up on a whim. And so let me say this, before I started Cricut crafting years and years ago, I used to do a lot of scrapbooking. And so when I was doing scrapbooking, I was buying cardstock all the time. And I made scrapbooks for all of my children when they were in kindergarten and just throughout the years as we traveled. And when I was looking through my cardstock, I noticed that I had some of this. And so this one is just a grade school pack. And I love all of the, oh, that wasn't good, was it? All of the vibrant colors that are in here and all of the different patterns. And I thought, if I'm going to make some bookmarks and I want to use them to show for tonight, this would be an excellent pack to use, and that's what I did. So this is how they came out. This is one of them. This would make a great gift for a teacher or someone going off to college. This one is another design. This is just like the sky. And then this one, of course, I had to make one with my name because you know what? I love my name. And of course I had to use the color red because red is my favorite color. So I tried them out. And with this one on the red, it's just regular cardstock. I picked up a book and I wanted to make sure they would really work. You've seen magnetic bookmarks in the store before. So you can just put it in just like that, and it's magnetic and it holds the place where you need it to hold it. And so I thought these were great. I'm really pleased with how they turned out. Once again, you will need adhesive magnetic sheets, pattern cardstock. I did use my Cricut Explore Air 2. This is just regular red medium weight cardstock, and then this is just from a pack of pattern cardstock. I had to use my purple strong grip mat, and I did need to tape it down, and I also used the green Cricut mat as well as a green Nakapa mat. And because I did the writing on one of the bookmarks, I used one of the Cricut pens. Okay, so nothing else fancy. I will link all of the materials that you'll need in the description below. And without further ado, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button if you haven't already done that, because you know that I upload new content every single week and I don't want you to miss out. You don't want to miss out. Okay, so of course I wear my Rockets gear. You know that already. Without further ado, let's head on over to Cricut Design Space. Okay, I am in Cricut Design Space, and the first thing that I'll need to do to make my bookmarks is create a template. So there are 4 different bookmarks that I'll make tonight. I'll make 3 that I'm going to use pattern cardstock. That is just the cutest thing you ever want to see. And I'll use 1 blank sheet of cardstock that I will just put my name on because I love my name. Okay, so the first thing that I suggest for you to do is go to shapes. And you know, we use the square template for just about everything. I have my view on my canvas set at 100%. You know, I like to minimize mine a little bit. So I will bring it down to, right now, just to 75%. What I'm going to do is change the size of this to a width of 1.1 and a height of 2.2. So let me do that. And you need to unlock it in order to do that because your proportions are not even anymore. Okay, So that is one piece of the bookmark. What I'll need to do with this is duplicate it so that I have two actual pieces, and these two pieces will represent the magnets. Okay, and so what I'll also need to do is take this. I'm going to take this shape right here, and I'm just going to select both pieces, and I will duplicate it like that again. Okay, so I have this, and it's the exact same size. So instead of just duplicating 4 pieces, I only duplicated it twice. All right, so I'll take this extra piece right here. This piece, these two pieces will represent my patterned cardstock, but these two pieces will need to be connected. So let me get another shape, another square. I will resize this to 1.1. The width of it is 1.1, okay? And I can just put it right there in the middle. Now what you'll need to do is, after you have it, like, I need to make sure it's centered well, okay? After you have it where you want it, it's best to go ahead and select the whole thing. Go to align, and we want to center it horizontally, yes, okay. And then with the whole thing selected, go ahead and weld it. So now this is just one piece. So now I have, if I wanted to make one bookmark with this this size, I could do it, and I could duplicate it. I could make 2 of them that are the exact same size. So this is one way that I want to do it, and I know for sure I want to do that. What I know I also want to do is use this exact template to make another one. So this one will be patterned cardstock. I can duplicate this whole set, okay? And I'll move this one over a little bit. And this one will not be patterned. I will just use this one to put my name. So I can go to the text and type in Delonda. Okay. And I know that, let me change the color of this to, I'm going to change it to red because my cardstock is red. Okay. And I know that I want to change that font because that font is pretty basic. Okay. So let me change it. Let me see. Now I have options, and I think I better use one of those options to show you something. So I think I want to write. I want to use my Cricut machine to write my name on this piece of paper. So I am going to choose a writing font, okay, and that's what it'll look like. Okay, so I know that I want my name to be on this cardstock, so I am going to rotate this 270 degrees, and I will put it over here, and I only want it to be on half of the bookmark, and so I will, since I know that my bookmark is going to fold where this magnet is, I know that my name shouldn't go past this line. Okay, so I will put it here, and it looks a little crooked to me. That looks a little bit better. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, so that is one, that's a second design. For my third design, I am going to change the shape a little bit, and let me show you another option you have for changing the shape. So if you go into images and you type in, let's say, pennant, okay, you'll get all of these options. Now remember, I don't have, Cricut Access. I'm not a Cricut Access member. So whenever I'm looking for images within Cricut Design Space, I go to ownership and I go to free. Okay, so I'm only looking for free images. I'm not even interested in anything else that there is to offer. Okay, so I have these options right here. They already have this cut line right here in the middle. I know I could use those, but I am going to use this one because I want to resize just one piece at a time. So I will choose that one, and I can move it over. And if I wanted to, I could keep it this size. Okay, so this is 2.2. The width of it is 2.2, and the height of it is 3 inches. to me, that's kind of wide. Okay, I don't think I want mine that wide. Okay, but I could just unlock it, and I might just go down to 2 inches. Okay, and let me hit enter, and then maybe let me see what 2.5 for my height. 2.5. Okay, that I kind of like that one. Okay, and so I'm going to choose this as my third option, and what I'll need to do with this is duplicate this. Okay, and I'll put this one right here on top. All right, and remember, just like these 2 magnetic pieces have a top and bottom, these are my magnetic pieces and they will also have a top and bottom. So with this top piece, I will need to flip this vertically. Okay, so I'm going to do a vertical flip. So now I have a top and bottom piece. I'll do the same thing that I did with the other 2 pieces. I'll take this whole thing, I will, make sure I have both pieces selected at one time, and I'll duplicate it. So I know that this is the exact same size as the other one. And then I know that the width of this is 2.0. So I'll go and get, go to my shapes tool, select a square, and I will change it to what? 2.0, right? So 2.0. And I will use this to connect these 2 pieces. Okay, same way I did with this template right here. So then I'll take this one piece right here, I will select it, and I will align it. I will center it. I always make a mistake on this part. I will center it vertically. No, I will not center it vertically. I will center it horizontally, okay, like that. And once I have it centered horizontally, I will weld it because I need this to be one piece. Now, just like this is a pattern, I'm going to use pattern cardstock for this. Let me change the color of this just so I can remember that this is going to be a pattern piece, right? And I know that this is going to be a regular cardstock. This one is going to be a pattern piece. And I know that I want to make another one just like this. So I'll take this whole template right here and I will duplicate the entire thing. Okay. And I know that I want all of my magnetic pieces to cut out on the same mat. So this, I'm going to select all of this and I'm going to change it to that gray color. And I'm going to select all of this. And I'm going to also change it to that gray color. Okay, so I know that this, and this will all need to be on different mats, but of course, I will only be using 2 mats. And really, if I wanted to, I could use one mat and just position them the right way. But for the purpose of this video, for the purpose of this tutorial, I will only use 2 mats. All of my magnetic pieces will be on one mat, and all of my patterned cardstock will be on a different mat. Okay, so I know that with this one, I'm going to have pattern cardstock, plus I'm going to need to insert one of my pins into clamp A. All right, so I think I have everything I need and I'm ready to go ahead and click make it. Okay, so with the magnetic pieces, I know that I also, not just even with the magnetic pieces, with all of the pieces, I definitely do not ever have my mats start to cut right at the top. I move them around a little bit just in case there are any snags. I just don't want to take a chance of getting any pieces caught in the top. So I normally move mine down. So I'm going to move this down to 1 and 1 and move this down to 1 and 1. I'm going to move these over to right below it. Okay, I'm going to move that. Let me actually move these a little bit further apart. Just to be on the safe side. Okay, and I'm going to move this and this and this and this. Okay, so I have it exactly how I want it. And now let me see what I have going on over here. Okay, so this is my piece of red cardstock, and these are my, now I'm definitely going to move this. Okay, so I'm going to move this over. Let me just move it here, and I'm going to move this one over. Okay, and I have one more piece. Okay, I am going to move this one over. Okay, so I will be, let me move this. I will be using 2 mats, one for my magnetic pieces and one for my cardstock. So I will get my magnetic sheet loaded onto my strong grip mat, and I will load it with the magnet face up. So on the sheets that I'm using, I'll be able to see the magnet as it's going through the Cricut machine. So I'm going to click continue. Okay, I am using my Cricut Explore Air 2, and the only reason I'm using it is because that was the one that was already showing up and connected. I do not have magnetic paper as one of my favorites, so I will go to browse all materials and start to, I can just, you know, kind of look through here and look for it, or I can go to the top and search, you know, type it in what I'm looking for. Okay, I have decided to use the magnetic sheet 6/10 of a millimeter setting instead of the magnetic sheet with adhesive back setting, because when I looked at this package, I could not determine the right, it didn't have this exact size, and I wanted to be sure that I'm going to get a good cut. I am going to use my purple strong grip mat, and I did add tape to keep it taped down. I have loaded my green mat also with the, look how cute that cardstock is. You know it is. Okay, and I will go ahead and get this cut out, and we'll do that part in a time lapse. This is this is the end result of the first cut, and I am going to see what I can salvage before I say it's no bueno. I am going to see if I can use any of this. If it's magnetic, it's going on the cardstock. So we shall see. We shall see. Okay. So this first magnetic sheet came out in a mess, but I am going to try to salvage it and make sure that it is actually magnetic before I put it on this first bookmark, which will be the one with my name. All right, so a part of this cut twice, so let's see, let's just make sure. Okay, it is magnetic. It does have an adhesive back, so I will take this first piece and I'm just going to stick it on the end of this piece of cardstock. I'm going to get it lined up just right, and then I'll take the other piece and line it up right at the end also. And I would say be careful because it's very adhesive, very magnetic on the other side. And then just fold it over. Now this one is very plain, but if I just wanted a simple bookmark, this works. Okay, so this is the one that has my name on it, and let me just kind of test it out in one of my handy dandy books. Hello, my name is Public School and I have an image problem. That is a true statement. Okay, all right, so let me see. If I wanted to save my place in this book, let me move this Nakapa mat. it works. It does what I needed to do. I will put the rest of them together in a time lapse and come back and show you what all 4 of them look like when they're all put together, okay? You never get a second chance to make a good first impression. Will Rogers. Oh, don't mind me. I was just, using my bookmark that I just personalized with my Cricut machine. You guys, this is what my bookmark came out. This is how it came out, and I love it. I love it. I told you that I am in a book club and we exchange gifts all the time. We have a book club meeting coming up in the very, very near future. And I might just be giving them bookmarks. Now, all of them don't use, actual hardcover books because I'm probably one of the only ones. A lot of them like to use digital books, but this would make a great gift for a teacher or a student who's graduated from high school, headed off to college, because they are about to be knee deep in the books, right? So these would make great gifts for them. I love the way they came out. This is nothing more than patterned cardstock and adhesive magnetic sheets that I picked up from Walmart. I know that they didn't cost any more than $4 for a full pack. In the pack there were 2 sheets that were 5 by 7 each, so I just kind of had to arrange them on the mat. You see that didn't go so well because I didn't do a good job of arranging them, but don't let that mistake happen to you. Let me make the mistakes so you don't have to. Well, I hope that you were able to follow this process. Please leave a comment below about what you will do, what kind of cardstock you will use when you make your project, and let me know what you learned from this. If you learned, okay, I know that I'm going to reposition mine, or I'm going to use bigger sheets, or I'm going to use different cardstock. But at any rate, thanks so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.